We are talking now for your protection. Joining me now is Officer David Northway with Tallahassee Police Department. Always a pleasure. And we are talking about how to keep your car safe. Not uncommon for officers to have to come out to calls involving cars being broken into, cars being stolen. So start right there. It's getting a little cold. People maybe come out, try to turn on the car. Maybe not always the best idea to preheat your car while you're still getting ready for work.
Exactly. You can preheat your car. Just make sure that you lock your car while you're preheating your car, which means don't lock your keys in the car, but a lot of people have key fobs now. So go out, turn your car on, leave the key in the ignition with the car running, and then lock it with that key fob, walk away and come back. Because if not, what we get reports of all the time are people calling and saying, my car's been stolen. We get there and we say, what happened? And they say, well, I just came out to get my car started before I was going to work or whatever it was for the day. And someone walked up and took the car and drove away with it.
And if you see in the YouTube videos here, you guys post these regularly, different safety tips. If I was a bad guy, and in the videos here on YouTube, you can see just how quickly it can take someone with your car already started, just hop in and go.
It's 10 seconds. Remember, when you're running into the daycare, you're running into the gym, you're running into the store, whatever it is that you're running in to do, there's somebody probably watching what you're doing. They may not be paying too much attention to you, but if they're checking the lot and looking for things, they're going to notice that your car is running and that you just hopped out of it real quick. And that's when we normally see these things happen.
You also say, make sure you are consciously locking your car. It's one thing to say, yeah, I think I locked my car. Make sure you know you are locking your car.
I'm actually flabbergasted by how many people do not lock their cars. I do it every time I get out of my car. If I'm gone for 5 seconds or 5 hours, I lock the car doors. But a lot of people still in this day and age will not lock their cars. And what ends up happening is it's not burglars per se. It's usually kids walking through the neighborhood looking for something to do, and they check door handles. And if the door opens, they look inside to see what's going on, and they grab that GPS, they grab that iPad, whatever it is that you left on the front seat. And it happens just like that. There's no way for us to follow up on it normally because they're just opening the door and grabbing whatever it is and walking away.
And that kind of brings us to the final point. If you have the GPSs, the iPods, don't leave them in the car, or if you have to, don't leave them in plain sight.
Right, absolutely. If I am a burglar and I am looking for something to find, I'm going to just walk the car parking lot and look in the windows. If I see something in the window, then I'm going to stop at that car. If I walk by a car and there's nothing as I peek in that window, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going to the next car that has one, because there's invariably someone who's left their iPad, their laptop, their GPS, their cell phone on the front seat, their purse. We find purses being stolen all the time where they see it and they get to it because they can see it. Put it in the trunk, put it behind the seats.
A lot of simple things you can do to help keep yourself safe. For your protection, Officer David Northway, Tallahassee Police Department.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure.